Alright, what's up my friends? Just going to be doing a build of the F1-17 stealth fighter. I got my plans all cut out down there. Just got some of these other jets we've already done. Here's my 70mm bat wing. There's the X-47B. This is a Euroraptor I'll be doing soon. And it's got thrust vectoring on there. This jet is a lot of fun to fly. Then we got my bat wing that I designed. This thing's awesome. But we'll get to that build later on. Let's jump right into this one though. Alright, I got my two pieces of Elmer's foam board. I already went ahead and taped them together on the back side. Took the two sheets and just taped them together. And again, I put the bow facing upward, the crown, on these sheets. I already took my plans and cut them into pieces that I needed. Go ahead and line them up on here and get ready to start cutting them out. As you can see at the bottom here where these two pieces connect, I just line it up. And I line it up at the front too. Go ahead and tape this down real fast. I'm not going to use a lot of tape. And this jet will have the removable thrust tube unit that I showed just how to build. Really don't take a lot of tape here. So I'm going to start with the front leading edge of the main airframe, which I got here. It's cut at a 45-degree angle out. You'll see I got all the cuts are marked for what degrees you need. If it says 45-degree in, then you'd be cutting in toward the piece. We're going to be cutting out. Just jump right into it. Gonna line up my ruler. Get a 45-degree angle going. Make sure you get your ruler lined up where you need it. Again, I'm cutting on the top of a carpet. It works best. Let's go ahead and turn this so I can get this other side. This jet's going to be using the 70mm Detrum combo kit you get from hobbyparts.com. Get a 60 amp speed controller. You get 4 servos. You can go with a Sky LiPo battery, but I went with the Pulse 4-cell 2250 45C. You can get these from the website. It's called Pulse. Again, I'll just cut another 45. Just remember guys, always on the front of these jets, all your leading edges, you're going to want to 45 them. Alright. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and cut off this excess stuff. Makes it easier, just get rid of some of these pieces. I'll just save these pieces for some of the other stuff I'm going to need to cut out. Alright, still got a few 45-degree angle cuts I got to make here. Let's go ahead and line this back up. Again, just follow the marks. It'll tell you 45-degree angle in or 45-degree angle out. This jet is awesome. I did a flight video. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see it. Thing's fast. Alright, for the whole back of the airframe, it's all 45-degree angle in cuts. Again, make sure you guys are using nice new blades when you're doing your cutting. Guys get hung up anywhere, just go ahead and run your blade back down it. Hung up there a little bit. Everything's lined up, looks good. So again, here's 45 in, which means you're going to be cutting inward toward the center of the jet. If you guys find you miss anything, just go back and give it another slice through. No big deal. Like so. Seem to be missing a little here. Just like so. One more cut in the back here. Selmer foam board is a little tougher than your standard foam board to cut through, but with a new blade it always works nice. So there we got our main airframe. Go ahead and peel this tape off here. You know what, I'll just go ahead and trim it off a little. Sure, you guys always got a nice X-Acto knife on hand. Like so. Alright, your plans will come with a template that you'll cut out to set the dihedral for this jet. Just like I got there. Just throw that off to the side. Here I already cut out my template. Took and glued it onto a scrap piece. So that way when we set our dihedral, we'll be able to put it on there like so. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut these elevons. What I'll do here is just cut off this elevon. Like so. Sure, you guys keep your plans off to the side, and when you get plans for these things, just go ahead and have a couple of copies made up. That way you can just look to the extra copy you got for other stuff you got to do. I'm going to take and just line this up real nice. Take my pen like I did with the other jets we built. Just going to mark all the corners. Like that. You only need one elevon cut off, so you can just use the same template on both sides. Go ahead and line this up real nice. So again, I'm just making marks on all these corners. And I'll come back with a ruler and connect the dots here. I can do away with that elevon now. I'll just take my ruler, connect my lines. I want to go ahead and attach my elevons before I set the dihedral for this jet. As you can see there, I got one already marked off. Go ahead and do the other side. If you guys have any trouble opening the browser on my website to watch the build videos, you can just go to YouTube and watch the build videos on my channel. And my channel is Foam Concept Jets. Alright, let's go ahead and cut these elevons out. Now for these pieces here, I'm just going to straight cut them. Get a new blade going here. Take and cut these lines. Alright guys, now just like the Batwing and the X-47B, you're going to want to do a 45-degree cut toward the front of the jet on your elevon hinge lines. Go ahead and do that right now. So as you can see, I took and cut it at a 45 degree toward the front of the jet. All you gotta do is pull this back. You can see where the 45 is on this elevon piece. All I do is just spin this sucker around. Take and line my ruler back up. Right on the line that we cut to begin with. Now I just want to do a back cut 45. And that way we'll have a nice hinge line here, so when we attach these, go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. So again, I'm going to line it up on our line we made, cut at a 45-degree angle toward the front of the jet. If you guys miss anything, just go back and trim it up. And again with this one, you can see I got that 45. All I'm going to do is turn it around, line it up with the exact same line we had. Go ahead and back cut it at a 45. So there we got our elevons cut off. Now so that these don't rub when you don't want this little spot here to rub. So I always just go ahead and trim off a little bit. Just go ahead and use my X-Acto knife. Do the same thing with the other one. Again, I'm only taking off maybe 1/16 here, so I can put the elevons back in its place without it rubbing. Alright, so here we got the top of the jet. Now we got a little clearance here, as you can see. Just go ahead and tape these on with a couple little pieces of Scotch tape. Go ahead and line them up nice. So there we got an elevon. Do the same thing to the other side here. Yeah, here in Michigan right now we're getting about 1.5 feet of snow. Figure I'd get back to doing some building here. Ain't nothing to do outside, except maybe shovel some snow. Alright guys, so we got our elevons taped on there. We're going to go ahead and set the dihedral on this jet. Which, like I said, I already cut out the dihedral piece, our little template. And as you can see, it's not going to bend up like I need it. So what I'm going to do is take this little pointer stick here, call it my little spreader tool. I'll just take and run it down the center of this. soften this up a little bit. Now we're starting to get some dihedral there that we need. See if I opened it up enough. Alright, I might want to do just a little bit more. There we go. Take my template, set it on there. Make sure you center this on your template nice. And that's what I'm looking for right there. So what I'm going to do is splay this open a little bit. I'm going to run a bead of hot glue down this thing. Don't be afraid to put a lot of glue in this. If it oozes out the top, oh well, we'll just wipe it down with our finger. Just like so. Find the center. Go ahead and stick it on there. You can run your finger down there, get some of that excess glue out of there. Again, guys, make sure it's centered in your template. All my jets have the same dihedral, that way you can use the same thrust unit here, removable thrust tube unit. Just hold this till it sets up a little. I don't want to pull it away too early because then you'll lose the dihedral you need and it'll throw everything off. Just wait for that glue to gloss over a little bit. It looks real good right there. Trust me, it's real strong. Once it's glued, it's strong. Alright, let's move on to the main fuselage piece. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Here, I just got an extra piece of foam board here. Tape this down on here. Again, this is marked with all the angles you're going to need. 80 degree inward, 50 degree in. Go ahead and make sure your plans are nice and flat on your piece. Do one more piece here, buddies. Alright, so we got that tape down on there. Here, I'm going to hurt and switch out this blade on my knife. As you can see, I keep a lot of spare blades on hand. Alright, so we get back to our metal ruler here. Now it says, again, just follow the angles that I got here. It's 50° in. Just go ahead and follow all your angles. Just gonna line this up on here. I'm doing a 50° angle cut, just a little more than 45. Same thing on this other side. Alright, now the top here, it's just straight cuts. I'm just going to run a couple of straight cuts down this. Again, this is your top of your main fuselage. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and do the front before we cut anything else. Now here on the front of the main fuselage, we got some lines that say score lines. We're just going to score those so we can make our folds. Let's go ahead and just score those right now. And again, just score them about halfway through. You ain't gotta go real deep on these guys. You can always go back and rescore them. Now, I've had people ask me if you can take the micro F1-17 and just blow up the plans, but you can't, because all the sizes changed up on for like the fuselage here and stuff to fit the bigger battery. I had to go ahead and scale it up. Same with the X-47B. I couldn't just take the micro plans and then scale them up. It didn't work. So again, guys, I'm just scoring these lines here where we're going to make the folds. Alright, now let's work on this front of this main fuselage. I got 80° angle cuts in on all four pieces here. So you really want to get an angle on these suckers. Just like that. Do all four sides.